Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Force here, and today we'll be checking out Sang-Froid Tales of the Werewolves, or as I have recently been butchering the name and calling it Sang-Froid in my terrible English. I was informed that this is supposed to be a French pronunciation, and I believe it comes out to something like Sang-Froid or something along those lines. That's probably terrible, but regardless, this is a strategy action game developed by Artifice Studio. This is their first game, and in it you play as one of two brothers who are trying to save their sister from the devil and his minions. Now the game combines action combat with strategic planning as you attempt to hold off waves of werewolves and demons, and I have to say this is a really interesting and unique game, and I'm quite excited to show it to you guys today. So let's check out Sang-Froid Tales of the Werewolves Tome 1. Now I made it to about halfway through the game. I went back to day 11 and unfortunately it basically erased all my progress beyond that day, but that's fine because I wanted to show you from this point forward at least one or two missions because things are really starting to get pretty interesting. So we're going to load up here. We are on day December the 11th, 1858. Let's find out what is going on. So the general premise is that something's happening to your sister. You're playing as one of these two brothers. You get to choose which one you want to play as, and they just sort of have different play styles. But it's interesting because the devil is basically working with some people in town to try to take your sister away from you. And there's just a whole bunch of craziness going on. And where we're picking up here, we have got a town member who has lost his daughter who is coming to us for help. So let's go Chapter 7, The Little Girl and the Wolves, December the 11th.
You haven't seen my little girl Adele around here, have you?
No, Theo. Nothing but wolves.
We organized the search in the village. My dogs picked up a scent on your land, and since I don't really know this part of the forest...
No. Don't need them.
The mayor.
Anyway, with the wolves prowling around, I wouldn't bet much on the girl's chances.
Wolves? I've been mayor for almost 12 years now, and I can assure you that there haven't been wolves in the woods around here for a long time. Go search to the west. We're too far from the village. The girl couldn't have come this far. The dogs must have made a mistake.
If these guys are willing to help us...
If I tell you we don't need these two, it's 'cause we don't need them. I'm the one who makes the decisions in the village. If you don't like it, you can run in the next election.
Something funny's going on.
Don't get your shorts in a nut.
Something funny's going on, the mayor.
Sorry to bother you, fellas.
The mayor
We'll keep our eyes
doesn't
peeled.
want us to help. You see? He's colluding.
I think the mayor doesn't really care much for us.
Nobody likes us, Josie. Everybody's afraid of us.
Alright, so something's going on. The guy's daughter is missing, and we have to try to rescue her. That is the name of the game. So, before every day, once again, this game is broken up into days, which I guess work like sections or chapters, if you will. Before every day, you have got the strategic map, and the story reasoning for this is that your sister is having premonitions of what's to come in the upcoming night, and that's how they basically give reasoning behind how you can tell what's coming up. But anyways, there will be invading waves of werewolves, wolves, and demons that you have to try to hold off and protect your buildings. Now, we've got a few buildings that we have to protect here. We have got this first one, which is Jack's cabin. We have got the barn over here, and then right over here we have got the sawmill. So these are three buildings I have to stop the werewolves and demons from getting to and destroying. And you do that by laying traps. So let me go ahead and show you this whole trap system. It's really cool. First thing I'm going to do is we're looking at the first wave here, and we can see where they're going to move, and we can also learn what type of wolf they are, what their characteristics are, what traps are good against them, what's tough to hurt them with as well. So we've got a grand wolf coming over here with 30 hit points. He moves faster than a regular wolf, and it does really good with wolf traps, hanging nets, and spike traps. Do good against the grand wolf. This guy right here, regular werewolf, he is resistant to all personal weapons that haven't been blessed, and so something to keep in mind. Good against him are hanging nets, spike traps, and wayside cross. And then this guy over here, he is a wolf, and good against them are wolf traps, hanging nets, and spike traps. And now before we go, and okay, then we've got this guy, but that's in the second wave. If we click on wave 2, you can see the second wave consists of just this one grand werewolf. Now before we lay our strategic plan, I'm going to quickly go into town, and we do that by clicking on Wolfsvale here. The reason I'm going into town is because there's a few things you can do in town. You can make purchases if you want to buy bullets or weapons or things that you're going to need for combat. Now currently, I've got 0 bullets, so what I'm going to do is we are going to purchase a few of these. Let me get 6 bullets there. That sounds good to me. Alright, so I've got 6 bullets, and we could also do things like purchase guns. We could purchase boots, which are going to make us sprint for longer. But I'm not going to do that here because what I'm actually wanting to do is to purchase a weapon. So we're going to go to the blacksmith here. And in the blacksmith, we can buy this weapon right here for 165. Oh, you know, and actually, we're going to be just shy of what we need because I just bought bullets, I think. Oh, geez. Well, we're going to buy this anyways right now for 165. We're left with 90 for our currency, and we're just going to keep this. So we're going to get that new weapon, and you can see there are other weapons that we could purchase. Now, currency you get while you're playing the game. There's a few ways to get that. One of them is killing the wolves or the demons. The other one is for doing lumbering, which I'll show you once we lay our strategic plan. And just to quickly go around the town, I also want to show you the hotel here. You can buy things like health potions. You can get this to fill your rage. You can get this to increase your stamina, and this gives you more damage. That is the hotel. And then the last thing for me to show you in town right now is over here, the convent. And this is where you can bless your items for a set amount of money. Like I can spend, oh, this is, okay, I need $1 to bless this, so I don't quite have enough. But if you bless this, blessed items are going to be better against certain enemy types. Some enemies are resistant to weapons that aren't blessed, basically, and so you'll need a blessed item to be effective against them in combat. But unfortunately, I'm a little bit shy of the currency that I need, so I'm not going to be able to do that, so we're going to have to go back here. But we do have a new weapon, so let's go ahead and return to the house, which will allow us to lay our strategic plan now. So here is the plan. We've got a wolf going over here. He is going directly to the chicken coop. These guys are going directly to Jack's house. Jack is the guy, or whatever. His name's not Jack. Yeah, Jack's cabin. So he's going right over there, so we need to stop him from doing that. And then these guys are going over here. So what I'm going to do is I've got a few traps. We've got these basic wolf traps, which will trap a single wolf. We've got these hanging nets, which we can drop on people. We've got bonfires, which increase our fear factor, which we'll take a look at once we get into things here. We've got some bait, which will slow people up. We've got these spike traps, which are really, really good at doing massive damage. And then lastly, we've got this firewall, which will block a path. So what I'm going to do here, I got a couple of plans. First thing I want to do is we're going to lay a spike trap right over here. And the goal is going to be to take these guys out. Basically, as soon as they spawn, the spike trap's going to pop on them, and that will do quite a significant amount of damage, and that should pretty much stop them from going over there. But in case any get through, I'm going to put some bait down over here. And there we go. So this next guy over here, he is running in this direction, going straight for the house. I'm just going to let him go because he's actually going to be the first guy I'm going to engage, because these wolves over here, there's a pack of 3. We will lay down another spike trap, and that should pretty much deal with those guys as well. And you can see we can go in pretty close, and you can essentially see nice and close to the terrain. Now that is the first wave, and I think that should pretty much handle the first wave there. So we're going to click on the second wave here, which is this guy, and his goal is going to be to run straight for this house here. So let me try to think. I think, can he be slowed up? Let's see. Resistant to personal weapons, can enrage. Okay, so it looks like he can be slowed up. He's a super powerful werewolf. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down some bonfires for the fight with him. And then I think I'm going to lay down one trap on his path. And something to slow him up here. Let's put that right there to slow him up. And then, now that we've got basically, and when we're laying our traps, it costs one of two things. It's going to cost some AP, or it's going to cost some currency, or a mix of both. And with your remaining AP, what you can do is you can do this cut lumber thing, which is going to spend your remaining AP and give you currency. So this is a way, it's basically, it's making it so that you really have to think, you know, try to lay a minimum amount of traps for the upcoming battle, and then you can get currency for all of that remaining AP that you're not laying traps for. So I think this looks pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and click Start Night. This is then going to move us over here, and we get to go ahead and check our inventory. I'm going to drop this and go ahead and equip our new weapon that we just got, which is this one right here. So there's our new weapon. And we also, it shows you some information about your guy, life, stamina, and his fear factor. Fear factor will come into play once we get in combat. I'll show you what that is. And then we also have a skill point to spend. Every time you level up, you get a skill point. And you get these various skills. Right now I've got 2 rage points for execution of an enraged attack, causing additional damage. I've got intimidation, which makes my skull, give it a faster refresh rate. I've got bonfire 1, which gives remaining bonfire basically lasts longer. Bonfire remains lit for 20 additional seconds for a total of 1 minute. And then I've got this runner here. Beast now take 25% longer to devour your bait. Now I've got 1 point to spend, so I'm going to try to find, let's see, what do I want to spend it on here? Increase rifle reload speed by 20%. Well, that's pretty good. Also got more money. We could go for more money from the lumbering. Now, you know what? Cancel that. Let's go ahead and do the marksmanship. That sounds good to me. All right, so we are now set. The plan is in place, and we can go ahead and start the night. And now that all the strategic elements are done, yeah, I've got ammo. I've got 6 rounds. That's fine. Now that all the strategic elements are in place, we're going to actually go ahead and execute the night. And this is where the action combat comes into play.
Have the traps been set?
Shh. Listen. It sounds like a little girl singing.
Go take a look. I'm going back to the cabin. Be quick about it. The sun's setting.
Okay, so here we go. All the planning in place. We are ready for some combat. All right, so a few things we got to keep in mind here. We're gonna hit tab to view the map before we get started. A few things to keep in mind. Number 1, you have to pay attention to the wind. The wind is blowing, you can see, from west to east here, and that green cone is basically my scent trail. Now these enemies can pick up on my scent trail, and then they'll start tracking me. So that's something I've got to keep in mind. I can also see here where they're coming from and the traps that I've laid, just to get a good overview of basically the plan that I set in place before the start. I pretty much know what's going to happen here, though. These wolves at the bottom left are going to run into the spike trap and die. The wolves in the upper right, at least a few of them will die in that spike trap, and then they'll be slowed up by my bait. And then the werewolf right there, I'm actually going to go straight for him because we're going to want to engage with him right away. He's our first target. So let's go ahead and begin. All right, so I'm going to head over here, paying attention to the mini-map over there in the upper left. Combat, you got to pay attention to your stamina. You don't have infinite or anything like that. You need to really pay attention to how you're fighting. And we're going to have the werewolf come around the corner here. And I'm going to try to get a shot off on him. There we go. And then we're going to try to reload. It looks like I don't have time, so here comes the combat. All right, so I got to pay attention to my stamina bar. I don't want to run out. Now, I can do things like dodge, which use stamina, and also just the simple act of engaging uses stamina as well. So all this stuff I really need to pay attention to as we are fighting here. Try to avoid his attacks and then make him stutter with a chain of attacks there. And we're just going to go like that, and we're going to keep this up here. It looks like, oh wait, is everything else dead now? Oh wow, I think my spike traps really did a number on those wolves back there. I think I've just got this werewolf here now. So, you know, again, with a properly laid plan, and like combat, I don't have much combat now because of my, oh damn it. Because of my forward planning, the only thing that I really need to pay attention to and engage with is this guy right here, so. I should get another rage in a moment. My health is at the lower left. There's also this whole fear factor element, which I'll pay attention to in the next battle. I can show you exactly what that means. And this should be, got him. All right. So is that everyone? It looks like that is all of those wolves. So now we can go back. None of them actually made it to any of those buildings. Now again, I had previously done this day, so I essentially knew an ideal way to set up those traps, which is why that was so simple. Because the first few times you do it, it's hard. Now you can tell the direction they're coming from, but it's not always easy to figure out. Eventually, you kind of learn like their speeds and who you should slow up and who you should target first. So far in this game, I've always started out at Jack's cabin, so that's your starting place, and you got to figure out the best way to maneuver from that point forward. And we found the missing girl.
Help me! Help me!
Hold on, kid. I won't let a wolf touch you, or my name isn't Little Joe O'Carroll.
Alright, and now it's time for wave 2, which is just the single wolf. Now, we laid a trap for him, and then we also put some bait. I'm going to get my gun ready here. When you reload, so you reload by holding down control, and when you spam right mouse button, it's going to reload faster. It's a really cool system. Now, let's just talk about what you're looking at here. So upper left-hand corner is obviously the mini-map. Is he getting slowed up by the bait? Yes, he is. So I can talk with you guys now. So upper left-hand corner is obviously the mini-map. The red dotted circle is going to show your area of sound when you make a shout. So I can shout to lure people to a certain trap is basically the plan. The green areas between the green area circling my character plus the cone, that shows my immediate sound plus scent. And down in the lower left, we've got that little heart which shows my health. Right next to the portrait of my character, there is the number 20. That is my fear factor. When we're engaged with a werewolf, the fear factor tells us how likely they are or how close they are to attacking us. And then just to the left of the heart in my character portrait, we've got my gun plus 3 different ammunitions. There's basically, you can get blessed ammo, which will be the different ammunition types. And then lower right, Q is for my shout, and then the 1 through 8, those are specialty. Those are specialty items like potions if I were to buy any potions or something. Okay, so we went ahead and killed him. Now, take a look at the fear factor. So his fear factor right now is sitting at 34, mine is at 40. Until they match up, he will not attack me unless I get really close to him. So this allows me to get some time to basically recoup myself and prepare for the next attack. Now these bonfires increase my fear factor, and this is why I set up a few of them, so that I can have a larger fear factor, and it's gonna take him more time to engage with me because he's frightened. Okay, there we go. So as I go closer to the bonfire, you can see it increases my fear factor and keeps him at bay, at least for a little while. Now I don't want to use too many of my bullets, so I'm just gonna keep recouping my stamina and then running back in to do some damage to him here. There we go. And I've run out, so I need to run right now. Oh no. Oh no. Whoa, jeez. I am really low on health. I took some unnecessary damage there. This is actually really bad news. I might lose this. I might lose this level terribly. Certainly potential here. I am really low, and I do not have any health potions. All right. There we go. And I might be okay. He's enraged now, so he's no longer scared of me. So I basically have to just go for him. Oh no! Here we go. Come on. Come on. Yes! I got... Oh, that was so close. I almost died there, guys. Now, after you engage in combat for a few hits, your axe will grow red, and that's your rage, which basically means you can do a heavy hitting attack.
Come here, girl.
Is how that works.
Take you home to your papa.
You know my father?
You could say that, yes. Aren't you scared of the bad wolves?
Yes, but the man with the glasses showed me a hiding place.
The man with the glasses?
He sees invisible things, but he hides near the maple trees. He doesn't want people to see him.
If you manage to find a kind soul in this accursed forest, good for you. You were lucky, kid.
those scenes are kind of creepy, if I'm being perfectly honest. But this game's just got a really cool atmosphere, and I really like the mix of strategic and action gameplay. All right, so we've completed this round. You can see we're gonna get some currency for the enemies we eliminated. We also got some XP, and we've leveled up as well as a result. So here we go, wonderful. That is the end of day 11. We'll be going on now to day 12, and we're introduced to a new enemy now, the Will-O-Wisp. Very resistant to non-holy personal weapons, immune to traps except wayside cross and hanging net. Also goes through firewalls, cannot be lured by bait, can regenerate health by going underground, and a wayside cross and hanging net are the recommended traps there for him. And here we are now at chapter 13.
I can never thank you enough for what you've just done.
If you just had a little bottle of...
Sorry, my brother's a little rough around the edges.
Back at the farm.
Hey, look at the beautiful black stallion standing in front of your place, Jackie. A far cry from that broken down old mare you had, I tell you.
Don't speak ill of Blondinette, Josie. And I can tell you, if I could have her back, I'd give your life for hers anytime. Now let's hurry up and see who's paying us a surprise visit.
Hi there, fellas. Good news! I ran into a doctor who was heading to the village to relieve Dr. Lamontagne. I told him about Josephine's illness, and he suggested going to see him right away, for free!
That is the devil.
Gentlemen, I've examined your sister, and it's imperative that she go with me to the village.
He's not the doctor.
Oh, yeah? So what's wrong with our Josephine?
He's the devil.
It's a rare illness that attacks the brain. In any case, to be certain, I will have to examine her in a proper doctor's office.
A doctor that don't charge you? I can't believe that.
I understand your suspicion. I'll just take a little of her blood, just a few drops, to do a few tests. There. That's all there is to it.
You lie with every breath. You don't know what you're doing. What is coming is beyond your power, demon.
Interesting. Trust me. I'll be back soon with my diagnosis.
Grab your jacket and get the blazes out of here right now.
We'll see each other again soon, and good luck with the fireflies.
Take the vial of blood from him. Oh, man. Seems like letting me have that was a bad idea. All right, so we've got another plan. I don't need to look at the watchtowers because I already know. Like I said, I've already taken care of this. But I'm going to quickly run back to town here because I'd like to now bless my weapon that I couldn't afford to do before. There we go. Cost me $1, but it is worth it. And I'm not going to bless any of my bullets. We'll just use the normal bullets. We'll get a couple more from the general store. Go up to 10, there we go. And then we can return to the village. And then lastly, I would like to buy from the hotel, I guess maybe just a health potion. Let's go with 1 health potion as well. All right, now back to the village and back to town to lay our plan. And we're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. Now we've got 3 waves here. This is going to be quite difficult. All right, so we got the Will-O-Wisp. They only have 15 hit points. And we do start right there. So those guys, I figure I can just deal with those guys straight up. So we're just going to fight them as is. They're both going for his house. Yeah, we're just gonna fight them on our own volition. Now wave 2, this is where things are gonna start to get hairy here. So we got werewolf, 2 werewolves going for that, a Will-O-Wisp and him going for that, and then a Will-O-Wisp going over there. I don't know how I can deal with that Will-O-Wisp. Well, yes I do, actually. Let me check wave 3 real quick. Who's going through wave 3 and where are they going? He's going over there. He's going over there. They're both going. It's Jack House and he's going to the wheelhouse. Alright, so in wave 2, I'm gonna need to quickly run over there to get the Will-O-Wisp. And then to deal with those werewolves, let me think here. What's good against the werewolves? Spike traps? Spike traps only trigger off of 3 people though, I think. Yeah, when 3 or more creatures go over it, that's what gets the spike traps. So the spike trap's really not going to do me much good. We're going to lay a fireplace over by each of these. And lay another one over here. Well, we can go like... We could delay these werewolves with some food. I'm going to go ahead and set this up, the zip line. And we got to set it up in 2 locations. The first one, let's do it right here. And the second one, let's do it over here. Okay, so those are connected and I can use that to quickly travel from one point to the next, and that's basically what I am going to use that for. These guys right here, they're gonna get hit with a spike trap, and hopefully they all go at the same time. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. That Will-O-Wisp is really going to be annoying. Alright, let's go ahead and check wave 3 now. Wave 3, we've got him going over there. What is good against him? Wayside cross and a hanging. So the hanging net is something I can go ahead and do. So why don't we set up some hanging nets here? We can set one up right here. And I'm going to set up another hanging net over here as well. And I do not know how this is going to go. This seems like this is going to be incredibly difficult. And then that guy, he's going, 2 of them, my lord, 2 of them are going all the way over there. I'd like to slow them up with some food. Okay, alright, well we're going to give this a shot here, guys. I do not know how this is going to go. I've got a feeling it might not go all that well. We got a skill point to spend, and why don't we go ahead and do it in... Let's see here. I'm going to give longer... No, we're going to do this one right here. Cancel that. We're going to do this one so it takes... Did I just confirm it? I did, didn't I? Whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and start the night and give this a shot. Alright guys, well, this one looks crazy with 3 waves, and this is exactly the kind of thing that I think is makes this game pretty cool. Alright, so we got these 2 Will-O-Wisp now.
The Will-O-the-Wisp? That's why the doctor was talking about fireflies.
Yeah.
Jack was right. He wasn't a flim-flam man. He's a wizard. Or worse.
Alright, so. Got the fear factor now. Oh my lord, come on. These guys. These guys with their fireballs. Oh no, he's going down to regenerated health. Oh, I'm out of stamina now. Where'd he go? There he is. Get him. Alright. So now I need to quickly get to the other side. Alright, so the next wave is coming in just one moment. We got the Will-O-Wisp coming straight from over there. There's just one of them, so I'm going to zip over to get him. And then I'm going to zip back. I think the werewolves are going to be slowed up by those 2 baits. So we're going to try zipping across to get him, and then zipping back to get that Will-O-Wisp who's going to be at the turkey farm area. So let's go ahead and go up, and then across. There we go. Okay. So the Will-O-Wisp over here. Come here, buddy. Where are you going? Come on, hurry up. What is he doing? He's going so slow. He's a little yellow mark on my screen here. Oh man, that thing is already under attack by that other Will-O-Wisp. Alright, we need to make this quick here. we go. Alright, I need to get to that house very fast because he is about to destroy it. Oh man, I'm gonna lose already, aren't I? Alright, let's go. Go, go, go. Go, 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 quickly. Quickly. Oh no. Oh no. And I need to run around here. Oh, the will-o-wisp spotted me. Whew, thankfully. I was worried he was about to destroy this house. Awesome. Oh, I think we might be fine, guys. The werewolves now are engaging in that food. And I can zip right over. Can I go through this way? I can. Oh, that would have been wise before. And the werewolves are gonna get slowed up once more by that last bit of food. There's 2 werewolves here. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'm gonna call, let me think here. Let me go ahead and, okay, so we got that ready. I could call them over and lure them to this trap. So I think we're gonna go with that. Let's call them over and lure them to this trap. As soon as they're done with that food, we'll be able to do this here. All right, so they're gonna finish up this food in just a moment. You can see that time going down. And then once they do, we're gonna call them over. As soon as they're done.
Yeah! Okay, I'll make stew from what's left of you, dag nabbit.
Dag nabbit. And then as soon as they both get underneath, drop it on their heads. Awesome. Now the guy with the black paw print, he's the guy who's going to attack me next in the fear factor order. Although they both are not scared of me, so I guess that doesn't really come into play here. Alright, the last thing, wave 3. Quickly take another look here. Okay, so we got the will-o-wisp coming. 2 of them. They're going to be running across. And then the werewolves are about to be slowed up. 2 werewolves are going to be slowed up as they go engage in that little feast that I left for them. So I should probably just go straight for the will-o-wisp and fight them. So let me turn around here and just fight these will-o-wisps and then let the werewolves come as soon as they're ready. And then I'm just going to have to engage the werewolves and hopefully I'm able to take them out without much of a problem. And if that works, then we're good. Awesome. I think this is working out, guys. Alright, so the werewolves are all over my bait here. And they're just gonna eat that now. And then, as soon as they're done that, they will continue their journey over here, and I can just engage them in the bonfire. And that is going to be our plan. Let me go ahead and prep up here by loading my weapon. They should be done any moment now. And they'll be coming across. My shout's on a long cooldown, so I can't shout again to lure them over. It's on a 3-minute cooldown actually, but oh wait, there's other people? Oh no, I forgot about them. Oh, I forgot about the other people. Oh, the house is dead. Oh, I completely forgot about that guy. Well, that's a shame. All right, guys. Well, this has been a look at Sang-Froid Tales of Werewolves, or Sang-Froid if you feel like butchering it. And I know it's a really, really interesting and unique game. I have to say, I think it's really cool. Now, this is going to be available tomorrow on Steam for $14.99. So if this is a game that you're interested in, I suggest giving it a look. You know, there's a few things, like, I think the cutscenes with the character animations, they look a little weird, they're kind of creepy. It'd also be nice if the graphic fidelity was a little bit better in-game. I guess specifically I'm talking about things like draw distance. It's a really short draw distance. It's pumped up as far as it can go within this game's parameters, but I'm guessing part of the reason is because there's so many variabilities, there's so many variables in terms of the traps that you're placing. I'm guessing they couldn't open it up that much. But you know what? It's an indie title. It's also a really cheap title for only $15. So if you have liked what you've seen here, definitely go ahead and check out the game tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.